it's like, what would you do if you ever got in? And I will just be very brief on that. To me, the key is that, why is the economy in the toilet? Why is nothing working? And the key is that government in New Jersey has gotten too big. Right. And I know how big government has gotten because every lawyer has a little book on our desk called the Lawyer's Diary, which has a listing of all the state agencies. And the listing of state agencies in 1985 took up 19 pages of that Lawyer's Diary. Today, it's 37 pages. The whole state government just doubled. And almost every local government doubled. I look at my elementary school where we used to have a principal, a janitor, a secretary, and 6 teachers. Now we have a child study team, and this team, and that team, and they had to expand the school, not for the kids, but for all these administrators. And that's what's burying us. And that's just an observation, but you look at the taxes. Back before Florio came in, top income tax rate in New Jersey was 3.5%. Now it's 6.5% for most people. The sales tax was 4 and then 5%, now it's 7%. Christie's not talking about rolling it back. So it's always that pattern. Whenever the Democrats get in, they double the size of government. And then when the Republicans get in, they say, okay, we're going to keep everything level. But that's not good enough. When the Democrats double the size of government, we need Republicans who are going to cut it back to where it was before. Otherwise, it's like a layer cake that is smothering the economy. And I could rattle off the figures. Christie's budget. I said, we don't want to go back to Porzine. Well, wait a minute. Christie's budget is 17% higher than Porzine, and the debt is higher now than it was under Porzine. And the state pension plan is more insolvent now than it was under Porzine. So, and it's not a problem. He's not talking about it. So what would I do? And what I would do things that are very, very dramatic, which would actually make me a radical. But how do the first thing you have to let people know, we're serious. We can't just have a cap with a bunch of loopholes. We've got to roll things back. And what's the most dramatic way of doing it? Well, New Jersey actually has a constitution that says that no debt can be incurred, no money can be borrowed unless it's voted on by the people. Interesting story how we got there. Historians will talk about, we'll talk about the Great Depression. Well, what we're going through now is nothing like the Great Depression. What we're going through now is something in the history books little don't want to talk about called the Panic of 1837, where the state governments got so corrupt, they borrowed all this money, and then they couldn't pay back the bonds, and all the banks failed. So anyway, New Jersey led the nation out of that panic of 1837, their Constitution of 1844, which had 2 basic principles. It eliminated corruption by having a constitution that said all laws and taxes must be equal for everybody. No special redevelopment district, no special deal for this. And the second thing, no money could be borrowed without voter approval. Right now in New Jersey, we have about $200 billion, that's $200,000 million of debt without voter approval. Voters are only dumb enough to vote for about $4 billion of that. So instantly, we could get the state out of debt by enforcing our Constitution. And I had all these Wall Street people very horrified. Oh, they did that. Then nobody would ever loan money to New Jersey government again.
Oh, yes, they would.
And I said, that's a problem. But this debt is insidious. For example, now we're told, at least in my center, that we need a gasoline, we need a mileage tax.
Oh, yeah.
And why do we need a mileage tax? Because the Transportation Trust Fund is broke. Well, why is it broke if every time you fill up your tank, you're paying a 14-cent tax? Well, it's because they mortgage that tax for the next 20 years. So every nickel of our gasoline tax is going to pay off the Wall Street bonds, and not a nickel of it is going for a road. That's an example of how we can do something dramatic. The second dramatic thing I would do, our pension fund is insolvent. We've got to get people serious. I think now there are 1,500 retired government workers in New Jersey getting pensions of more than $100,000 a year. And as more and more baby boomers reach retirement, we've got to, it's going to get worse. They're going to say, oh, we need more taxes to pay for it. The quickest way to get someone's attention, if I were governor, I would do these 2 things without the legislature as the chief law enforcement officer of the state applying the Constitution. Number 1, I wouldn't pay a nickel on any debt unless the people had voted on it. And And if people holler and scream, we'll put it on the ballot. And if the people are dumb enough to vote for it, yeah, then I'll pay it. But not until then. As far as pensions are concerned, right now, everything I've read shows that the pension fund, there's only 50 cents in a dollar to pay all the pensions. So now we have three choices. Choice number one, keep doing what we're doing, run out of money, and everybody under the age of 40 gets screwed. Choice number two is pay everybody 50 cents in a dollar, which means the guys getting $150,000 pensions will get $75,000, or and the person who cleaned out the bedpans at the prison or the mental hospital, instead of getting $30,000, will get $15,000. I think the only fair way to deal with those three bad choices is to cap the pensions at $50,000 or $55,000, so that the real workers get their full pension. The political insiders, well, they played the politics and they came out ahead, but someone's going to get hurt. So that's my program. And if I have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you for inviting me here tonight.